when we talk of slave trading, okay, in the early 1600s, look, slaves were bought within the northern part of Ghana. There is no place in Ghana you can find the slave market unless in the north.
Some prominent people from the south have traced their roots to the north.
And when we say the year of return and people come, they don't actually come to the north. But we have a lot of slave routes in the northern region here. Today, as I speak, Asem Mansu is now regarded as the last bath for the slave. Where was their first bath? You ask them that question. On the 25th of this month, we are traveling to 3 regions. We are traveling to the Volta region, Eastern region, and Greater Accra region.
Okay, so for some time now, I've been exploring tourism potentials in the northern part of Ghana. I've done some in the northern region. I've done some in the Upper West. Quite recently, we were in the Upper West region. I mean, seeing beautiful tourist sites, and all of them seem to be going through the same problem. And for me, I'm not a tourism person, so today I've brought some people who are very interested in tourism to talk to us about what the I don't know how to put it, what the northern tourism industry is doing to protect some of our tourist sites, and also promote them to people who actually, most of them don't even know about these places. So how do we get these people to come home, to come to these tourist sites, to also explore other places around the world, such as places like the Naadata Tour and places like the Sankana Slave Caves and a whole lot of other places. My name is Prince Hamdan. This is the North Podcast. Today I have with me my very good brothers in the studio, Abdul Rauf and his
Kayu.
Okay, so let's introduce ourselves and then get the conversation going.
My name is Abdul Rauf Alasan.
Okay, yeah. All right, boss.
And my name is Imoro Abdul Kayu.
Wow. Let's start our conversation with tourism in the northern part of Ghana. What do we have? Does it have some potentials? Because I think I remember having conversations with you about the year of return where we barely had nobody coming to the north and all of that. As a tourism person and somebody who has a company in the tourism agency, the tourism industry, what do you think is lacking in our industry or in our tourism industry in the northern part of Ghana?
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you for.
And you can take that opportunity to introduce the company you work with.
Okay, I'm with Happy Travel and Tour Agency. We are established in the northern region here. We started our operations in 2018, but we got registered in 2022.
Wow!
So the activities that we do are tour guiding. We organize tours, and also we do events for people. Yeah, that is basically maybe what when we come to it.
We get back to
yes. But talking about tourism potentials within the northern region, I think the last time I went with you to what's the name? Yendi.
Yes.
There are a lot of tourism potentials within the northern region, the 5 northern regions per se. I watched your documentary in the Upper West region where you video some of the potential tourist attractions. I don't know whether you went to Mbonawura or something.
Yes, we went to Mbonawura.
These are tourism potential that I think that if the Ghana Tourism Authority, in collaboration with the Ministry of Tourism, come up with tourism planning. In fact, there is a tourism plan. The tourism plans were supposed to start in 2013 to 2027. Yes, tourism plan, tourism development plan. There's a plan actually for tourism, but you tend to ask whether that tourism plan is working.
There's actually a plan.
Yes, 2013 to 2027 tourism development plan. There's a plan for tourism.
Is it for the whole of Ghana?
For the whole of Ghana.
Okay.
You understand? But when you look at the northern part of Ghana, especially the 5 northern regions, you tend to realize that the tourism within the northern region is lacking behind. Looking at the tourism potentials that we have, like the Naadata Tour you mentioned, the German Slave Cemetery, Mbonawura, we have the Bolu Defense Wall, we have the there's a mosque in Nakori.
Yes.
You understand?
That looks like the...
Exactly.
Actually, when I posted a video about that mosque, somebody said it was what's the name? The one in Larabanga.
Yes. I wanted to even tell you something to pass to a... But I just forgot when you were coming. What's the name? Kolmasa.
Yes.
There's a crocodile.
So we went to Kolmasa
yes.
as well.
Yeah. I think last 5 years the assemblyman over there was complaining that it's dying off. Yes. I don't know whether it has actually died or it's still there. You see, these are tourism potential. We only have what's the name? Upper East Crocodile Pond. Yeah, meanwhile, there's actually another one in the north here, which is cool. But you tend to see that it's just all our tourism potentials are just dying off. I think we put much focus in the south than the north, honestly speaking, because there are a lot of tourism. We have even the rivers. We have the three rivers crossing through the white Volta, the black Volta. You understand? These are some of the things that we can actually take advantage of.
My brother, what do you think, in your opinion, is the problem? That, I mean, there's a lot of concentration in tourist attractions in the south, but then the north is not, you know, there's nothing happening in the north. Don't you think that we ourselves, we are not doing anything to show some of these places to the rest of the world, so that people will see that these are actually serious potential tourist sites that probably the government can also come in and...
Yeah, because the question you just asked, I think, is a very good question, because looking at things, before you can do something, you yourself have to show up before you can be helped to do that thing. Looking at the northern sector here, we ourselves has left our tourism attractions. So, and for that matter, they will also find it difficult to put their hand in to help. So it is time for us to also revamp it, look into it, know that this is our goal. This is what we can do. To also attract more people to also pay a visit to our northern sector here. So if we left it, I don't think they can also do it. So that is why we are out. We are here to also do our best for them to also know that there are more tourist attraction in the northern sector here.
So was that why young people came together to form a company in tourism?
Yes, actually, yes. And that is why we have taken up the course at the tertiary level to actually study tourism planning and development. And we have come up to, form such a company called Happy Travel and Tour Agency to actually take people around within the north to know what we have in the four corners of our regions, and also in the south to take people to the south to know what we have in Ghana in general. And also, like I said, we also welcome international tourists in Ghana if they want to come to Ghana to explore the regions in Ghana. Yes, we actually receive them. We can actually receive them whether in Accra, to take them around Accra and its environs, or if they want to move to the north, we have people here that will take them from the airport and also show them around the northern regions to know what we actually have. But sometimes when you send tourists to some of the attractions within the northern region, let me just say, for example, the Nada Tatua. You see, the last time we went there, somebody was building around those places. The Greenwich Meridian.
The cemetery.
The cemetery, yes. They were farming inside the cemetery. But the Greenwich Meridian, somebody was building around it. So you see, you send tourists there and they said, is this a tourist attraction place? Because it's not protected. People are, farming, some are building around it. So you tend to ask yourself, like my brother was saying, what is happening? Do we actually know that this is a tourism site and we are building on it, or we actually don't have?
Because one will ask, what is even tourism? What
you understand?
Does tourism, bring to the people?
Yes.
So probably you would have to tell the people what
understand.
Tourism is.
Yes. So tourism actually brings economic benefit to us. You understand? Because sometimes when they go to some of the communities, when you take them to some of the communities, they know that these are some of the basic things that they are lacking. For example, education, healthcare, you see, potable drinking water. So these tourists tend to provide those things for the community and help them to raise their standard of living. That is what some of the tourists they do when you take them to some of the poor communities that have tourism potentials. Because of the tourism potentials, they tend to help them. For example, in Larabanga, there's a community school. We have a school there where we have this Spanish that usually come every year to help in teaching the students. You see, through that they buy books, let me just say educational materials for them, try to get some support from their colleagues who are in Spain to give them portable drinking water. This is the economic benefits aspect that we are talking about. So if we're able to go to some of the communities that have these potentials, I think they can help. But what are we also doing as citizens of those communities, or as people who owns those attractions? What are we doing to also take good care of these things to bring more people to come and visit, and also we can get some economic benefit from them? Look, when they come, tourism involves a lot. Okay, when they come, they will sleep. They will sleep in the hotels, in the guest house, the lodges, and they will pay monies. Okay, they will eat. And when they eat, they are paying monies. Okay, and when they go to the communities, they are supporting. They will buy shea butter, they will buy gari, a lot of things. And these are the economic benefits. But in order to get these things much or more, we have to ourselves develop our tourism attraction before we can attract them.
But do you want to add something?
Yeah, I want to add one thing to what he look at the development in tourism. And you can all see that the Solar Fufulusu Road was constructed. It's constructed simply because of tourism. That is Mole National Park. That is one of the benefits, and we all now benefit the road, which is very important to us. And as I may mention earlier on, if we were to left Mole National Park, like we abandon all other attractions, how can that road be constructed? Who will remember about the road? But it has not tend to drive the attention of the world, the stakeholder, that this road, it needs to be developed to attract more people to come.
You make mention of the fact that the community people ourselves are not doing much to protect these tourist sites. Do you think that is a case where, like, we don't know, the value of these things, and then we need to, or people within the industry needs to get in there and educate people within, or sensitize people within these tourist communities? For them, they don't see it as anything. You have gone to your school and you know that this thing has some potential. They don't even know what it is. Do you think we need some education around these communities?
Exactly. You are right. Because I think that the community people, we don't know actually what this is. I think you can remember when we went to in town at opposite regional library. There's a monument there, the King George the Sixth. I think you did a documentary on it. You see that anytime we go there, the people will ask, that what is this thing? That you people have been coming here 2-3 times, but they don't know what it is. You see, so I think it's about high time the stakeholders, the Ghana Tourism Authority, because they are in charge of this monument and attractions.
Major
yes, so they have to educate these people. For example, just the King George Monument site. The people around it. This is an attraction, and this is a monument. We want you people to regard it as an attraction. So, or very soon we'll be coming to develop it. So, whilst you are sitting around there, you should be cleaning it, taking good care of it, whilst we come to develop on it. When you go to Yendi, Nadatatua, you tell the community people, this is an attraction site, and there's a story behind it. We want to safeguard the story for future people, or for generations to come and still hear the story. But they cannot only hear the story without the monument there, because they use it to correlate and tell the story. So, community people, please regard that place, take good care of it whilst we come to develop on it. You see, this is the educational part you are talking about. They have to go and educate the people And we as individuals, we don't have the resources. You understand? We could have, but we don't have the. I want to commend you for what you are doing. In fact, you are actually exposing some of the attractions that we have. And so for vulnerable people who sit in the house and say, oh, this is an actually a tourism attraction site. Wow. Then that means that it can bring some benefit to us. So maybe when I also sit and I don't know, and somebody comes to say that, oh, can you take me to some, I would say, okay, there was a time this guy filmed a particular monument somewhere. Let me take them there to go and see. You see, you have actually exposed that place to the community people to know. But I think the education is very important for the stakeholders, the Ghana Tourism Authority, to actually educate, because they have the resources. Like I said, you are doing your best. Okay, how many people can do that, or how many people are asked that can actually do that? So it's about high time the Ghana Tourism Authority, in collaboration with the Ministry of Tourism, go out there, educate the community people about the resources that we have. Look, when you are entering Bagabaga College and you reach the church, there's similar monument just at the opposite of that road. I think I'll take you there someday. Okay. It's just the same thing as that of the King George III.
Oh, really?
And I think it was also built in those colonial days. So you see, it's just in the bush. So like you were saying, the community people don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So how will they say that, oh, let's even send people there to go and look at it? Is there a history behind it? We don't know. So the education part is very important.
Okay. You want to add something?
Yeah, Mr. Prince, looking at it, if the contribution of tourism is much higher in the country, for example, if I'm in Norway, it also raises the GDP of Ghana.
Sure.
Fine. And it's most of the tourists are basically in the southern sector. And currently we are tourism is also raising up. What if they include northern sector? How do you think the GDP would have risen? And let me ask you this question: the monument that we just spoke about at the King George VI monument, if we revamp it as a tourist attraction, in your own opinion, how many people do you think in the southern sector would try to visit that place?
A lot, even from the UK, because that's directly related.
That's what I'm telling. And when they are coming, what do you think it will bring to us in Ghana here, and the community and the region as well?
Okay.
So it is time for us to also look into our own. When we can't do it in our own by what? Inviting the stakeholders to also join us for us to revamp that.
As a tourism agency, where are some of the places you've been to? You've taken people to.
Okay.
And what is the response like? Are they really liking the potentials in the north, or like they are just not,
Yeah. So thank you very much for the question. I think in 2021 we organized a tour to the south. Okay. It was called Leisure Tour. It was organized by Happy Travel and Tour. So we got about 35 people. So we took them to the south to visit the other tourism attraction centers. Specifically, we went to the eastern region and Greater Accra region. First, let me even say first, we went to Nzulenzu, that is the western region. Okay. Then in the eastern region. Then the second tour, we went to Cape Coast. That is central region and Greater Accra. And we visit a lot of attraction sites, like those sites that the foreigners will come and visit and pay monies, like the Cape Coast Castle, okay, Kakum Walkway, Hans Cottage. These are the attractions, okay. Buzia Beach, Hans Cottage, Hatchland. These are the same attractions that the foreigners also come and visit and pay monies. And we also take our people there, Ghanaians, from the north to go and watch. And we also pay monies there. You see, we didn't come back with the money. The monies are there. And they are adding up to our economy.
So for example, when you go to places like that, from the north to the south, is there a way you also try to encourage people to come to this part of the country to also come and see some other tourists, because now you have gone there.
Yes, of course.
Is there a way you also try to convince people to also find time and come back?
Yes. Yes, of
up
course.
here and also explore?
Of course, we do. In fact, we even have some of our colleagues there who are also organizing tours
To
there.
bring people
Yes,
here.
to bring. So once they are coming, they'll call you. Just recently, a guy called me. He's called Kwame in Cape Coast. He said, Ralph, I'm bringing 3 people. They are African American. So I'm bringing them to the north. Are you in Tamale? I said, yes. He said, oh, I'll be stopping at Larbanga. So can you meet me there? Because I want you to take them around. Okay. I become a side guide. He becomes a tour guide. Okay. So once he brings them, I will have to look. I book for the accommodation for them when they were coming. I call and I book for reservation for them. Because I couldn't go because of my activities, I call someone, a tour guide, to take them.
Oh.
You see, so that is what we do. And besides that, we do a second tour in the north.
Okay.
Okay. We took our people, Happy Travel and Tour organized a third tour to the Savannah region. We went to Moli National Park, Larbanga Mosque, and the Mystic Stone. In fact, actually wanted to go to the Upper West region, but due to some circumstances, we couldn't proceed to the Upper West region. But we promised them that subsequent tours will be going to the Upper West region. But this particular year, we want to go to the Volta region and the Eastern region and Greater Accra. These are the regions that we want to go this year.
Before we talk about your activities for within the year, what are some of the challenges you face, as tourism people, as people who are promoting tourism in the region? What are some of the, aside the, attractions not being taken good care of, what are some of the challenges you face as,
Some of the challenges we face as tour operators, for example, in terms of human resource, when you are sending people there, some of the challenges we face, we are sending human beings, okay? You go, somebody will be sick, the tourist, somebody will just fall sick. You have to take care of the person because it is your responsibility as a tour operator to make sure that your tourists are well, okay? You go to some of the places somebody will just, let me just say missing. Even we will find you, but you will be missing. You understand?
They want to see more.
The person want to explore more, and you get in the car. The person will take 30 minutes, to find his way. And when he comes, you ask him, "Oh, I was just looking at something and I couldn't find you guys, so I was calling. The network was not going through because we are in the bush, and luckily." Someone found me.
So some of these tourist sites are not really very well structured.
Yes.
They are not as structured as some other tourist sites where you have, you go, you meet somebody to take you around, you pay something. Some are just open.
Yes.
Has there been a situation where you had confrontations with community members not to get to the place and you also wanting to get there? Because I remember, though we didn't have confrontations, there was one of the places we wanted to go. The community people, had, a different, perception to what we were coming to do. We had to wait for a lot of people to gather together to have a meeting before we can, those kinds of things. Because as a tourist, I don't have a lot of time to waste to sit down and wait for a whole community to gather for you to make a decision whether I should go there or I shouldn't go there before we get there. Those are some of the, issues. Have you faced similar issues in some of your rounds, especially around the north?
Yes, we do. And let me put in records that that is one of the problems that we have within the northern region here. When you go to the south, you don't see that. Okay? They know that this particular thing is bringing me revenue or I'm getting money from it. Okay? So you don't actually see that in the south. But when you come to the north here, most of the tourist attractions are regarded as sacred places. Okay, so it's actually hard
to
just get access. You need to, like you just said, they have to call 2 or 3, chieftaincy leaders to come and all sort of things. But when you go to let me tell you, The Cape Coast Castle, when you go inside it, they have a shrine there. Okay? They have a shrine where they pour libations. They'll just take you in. Everybody, all the tourists will just go in. They will be giving you the story and say, oh, this was the shrine that they were worshipping. The people of Cape Coast was worshipping. In the north here, it will take 4 or 5 chiefs to be involved
before it
if
can
you, I mean, if you are not even like, you will not even get access. You see, that is the problem we are facing in the north here. But if we are able to, you know, minimize some of the things, because imagine somebody travel from you know, America or US, anywhere, to come to Ghana just to see Nadata Atua,
and it's not able to see.
and he's not able to see, how will the person feel? So we tend to be so religious on those monuments that will give us revenue.
Or maybe sacred.
Yes, sacred places. Okay, we have a lot of sacred places here, but there are tourist attractions. Whether we like it, there are tourist attractions. But the way we are giving them so much, look, to be honest with you, some of these things we just have to, you know, give them space to get revenues to develop.
So are you saying that the tourism authority is not, you know, working with the communities to, you know, I mean, let them know what, you know, should be done to make these things more accessible to the public?
I don't think they are, because if they are, we have like sacred, I just don't want to mention the name, sacred places here that they don't allow people to go there, and where they bury some people. But if the Ghana tourism were working on that, at least tourists want to see there, but because of the restriction, they cannot go there. If you say, if you want to go there, you are not going to open anything. You are just going to stand there, look at the graves. This is the first chief, the second, this was the regime, this is how he, you know, you understand. Then you pay. This is how much you are going to pay before you even allowed to enter there. And where is the money going? It's going to the coffers of the traditional leaders. And they also use the money to develop themselves or the communities. You understand? That is all. But I think the Ghana tourism is not doing that. If they were doing that, we wouldn't have those challenges from somebody to come from the Western world to come and see some of these things, and it's not given access or granted entry. You see.
You want to add something?
Yeah. Looking at this, one last year, there was one lady who came. She called Tatiana. She's a content creator. When I was taking her around, we visited a place at Malishegu, the shea butter processing. Before, when we get there, the way the women were talking to us, in fact, I wasn't happy at all. But I have to calm down because I'm a word. Told that I have to calm down. That is part of my job. I have to let them bring up their grievances. They were saying that's how you people come and lie to us. People come and dig this and this. The way they are doing, they are processing the shea butter. They go through a lot.
That begs another question. I think one of the things I realized is that in our communities that has these potentials, they feel that when people are coming there, they are supposed to come and do something for them.
Yeah, that's
I don't know whether you have. They say you've got.
Yeah, that's why I'm coming.
Yes.
So when we were talking, you people come and lie and do this and that and that. I just allowed them to bring out their van. I finally asked them, are we accept to do what we want to do, or we should leave? There was one old lady sitting down there. Say, my son, come. What is it about? Talk to her. So we try and do some 1 or 2 videos as to how the shea butter is being processed. So after that, we asked her the contact. She said she doesn't have any contact. She doesn't have phone.
Yeah.
So it gives the woman opportunity for the person abroad to buy her a new phone. She even advertised the shea butter online. People were purchasing it outside Ghana. A lot
I think that still goes to the education we are talking about.
Yes.
Because for them, they don't know what you are coming to do.
So now, if he would have denied us not to do it, when the woman getting the phone wouldn't have gotten any phone communication, and the people who were outside there now coming there to purchase the shea butter wouldn't have come because they won't hear of it. So it is now for them to also exercise patience, to also allow people, things are growing gradual. Not everybody that will come and succeed on what you want. But you have to be exercise patient and accept them. That is what all tourism is about, acceptance. Because if the country doesn't accept you, how can the tourism go through there? So tourism is about acceptance. So I urge people to
and
also
just to add to what he's saying, even when the phone was sent, when the lady asked him to send the phone to the woman, and he sent the phone, what happened? The son of that woman said that, oh, the woman cannot just give you only phone. You see, that the woman is not only phone that the woman give you, he may give you money too to give to my mother. My brother was like, he was quiet. So the woman said, oh, what you did is not right. The guy could have even decided to even send the phone away. Do you know him? Are you the one who brought the woman here? And even when they come to do the shooting, did you allow them? So it turned to a confrontation, and the guy went away, and my brother gave the phone out and just went away. So you see, that tells you that we want something, but we are not giving the people who give us something access. That is just the implication. We want money from our produce, but how do we get the money? And when people find their way to give us the money, we are not giving them access. And when we get little, we tend to expect more. You don't give the person access in the first place.
One of the tourism aspects we are not also concentrating more on is food. How are you guys working around it to add up to some of the tourism potentials we have? Because food is one of the things that people want to experience wherever they go.
Exactly.
When you bring people, how do you go around things?
Well, it's actually called food and beverage within the tourism industry. Actually, when you send people, like I said, we have a lot of food vendors, clean food vendors, okay, in the various attractions. Or maybe let's say it's in Cape Coast Town, and when we go, we are sleeping at maybe let's say night hostels or any hotel around. So we just call. We came with this number of people, 30 people. Okay, we want lunch. So by the time, or we want breakfast. Okay, so let's say we are going to leave at 8:30. So by 9:30 or by 9 o'clock, the food should be ready. So we just pick the food. If there's a space, we'll sit there, eat, and move to the other attraction. Or they just pack it.
People go and sit there and eat English breakfast, English lunch and stuff. You are not. I'm talking about the local, food potentials we have in, especially the north. We have a lot of local foods that we are becoming, like they are no more there. Yeah. Because we don't eat them, we don't show them, we don't even prepare them anymore.
The local food that you just mentioned, some of them are interrelating to the foreign food that we all eat nowadays, because we want to we just want to make it fresh for people, to attract more people. And for example, like we have what we call northern here, we have one food called tonyose. I don't know whether you've heard that. You haven't heard it before. It's shinkafa dawachi. Then you add some salt with pepper and that of oil. It's very, very delicious. A lot of people, some of them when they come, that is what we give them. Wow. And they do like it. Yeah. And we have what we call manchara. That's it. People, they do come and purchase it. Yeah. There are a lot of food that they are. Even this thing that we look down upon, these are our fruits. They are very nutritious and very healthy. Yes. At the same time, they are what we call tama, sabai, that kind of thing. Stuff. And most foreigners, when they come, that is what they want.
Yeah. And that's what make a better experience. Yeah. Because if we are talking about eggs and tea, they've taken a lot of it and they're tired of it.
So you look at this particular that called tama. To me, I always call it our northern gold.
Yes.
Because it's a recycling thing. None of it is being thrown away.
Every part of it
This
is
is being needed.
Mm.
Because we get shea butter, we get fruits. There are a lot of things that we get from it.
Get oil from it.
You see, even looking at the interesting part of it, the waste material after the oil, it has not been thrown away. It is being used at the gathering for what? Manure.
And also used to decorate the
yes.
back of houses when you go to Sirigu Port
the
and
shells,
add.
yeah. Before we get to your program lineup for the year, I think I would entreat you, or I would encourage you to do more, especially within the north, because as I told you, I've been to the Upper West, and I've heard a lot of stories, especially regards to how a lot of these African Americans left the country, where most of them come from, their origin and all of that, tracing back to the north. And I'm working on a couple of videos about those stories and all of that. But it's as though in the north we don't care too much about these things. They'll bring especially we spoke about the year of return. They'll come and all of them remains in Accra, and if they go for Kumasi, Cape Coast and all of those places. But they don't find any reason to come to the north, because we are not telling our story.
Yes.
Because if I'm an African American and I know that my roots are in the Upper West or in the northern region, I don't care what is there. I will want to go there and see.
Definitely.
But it's like we are telling the stories, halfway.
Yes.
A lot of the people who come, they don't really know there is even a place called Upper West or Upper East, or all they know is Accra is Ghana. They are there till they go back. So I think as young people, we have a lot of work to do.
Exactly.
We need to let people understand that this is what it is.
Yes.
This is how this is just the story.
Yes.
So if they want to come, they come. If they won't come, that is for us. We have done our work. I mean, you are doing a great job. Let's go to. You'll be going to.
Let me come to that first. You see what you just mentioned. It's very important, and we need to look at it. Nationally. It's a national issue. Okay. Look, when we talk of slave trading, okay, in the early 1600s, look, slaves were bought within the northern part of Ghana. Okay. There's no place in Ghana you can find the slave market unless in the north. Why is it called the slave market? That means that slaves were being bought there. That is where they gather slaves. And people from all walks of life will come there and buy. You see, it's in the, what's the name? Salaga.
Yeah.
We have the slave market in Salaga. They used to buy slaves from Upper West region, Upper East region, Savannah region, Northern, and brought them to Salaga.
Yeah.
When they are now brought to Salaga, people from the south, or let me say the Europeans from the south, the Germans, the Portuguese, Russians, they will come to the north and bought these slaves. When they get to, I'm giving you a short story. When they get to Asim Mansu, it's in the central region, they have a place where they will bath them. And that place is called the last bath. From there, they will send them to either Greater Accra region in the Osu Castle, now called Osu Castle, it's called Christian Bokas, now called Osu Castle. Some will pick their own to the various castles, Cape Coast Castle, Elmina Castle, and the rest. Now, today as I speak, Asim Mansu is now regarded as the last bath for the slave. Where was their first bath? You ask them that question. Where was their first bath?
Look, if there is first, last, then
they have to be first. So the question is, we don't much actually care about, whether there were slaves here. Look, let me tell you, 90% of the African American are coming from the north. Yes. But they don't know where, like you said, where is the north? Because the story there is not told, or we ourselves don't care about our slave route. Why do we have the slave defense wall in the Upper West region? definitely they'll manage to take 1 or 2 people to the Western world. And when we say the year of return and people come, they don't actually come to the north. But we have a lot of slave routes in the northern region here.
As I said, I have a whole lot of videos. I mean, I recorded with people who knows the stories, who tells the stories. And you know, I was talking about food earlier. One of the reasons why, you know, the northern slaves were preferred were because we were strong. We ate very, I mean, local food that gave us a lot of strength, and like they were giant. Those are the kind of people who can work on farms, on plantations. So those were the kind of slaves they were looking for.
Yes.
So it just gives you that.
And actually, when they come, you see it in them.
Yes, of course.
When the African American come, you see it in them.
And it's even told that some prominent people from the south have traced their roots to the north.
Yes.
Because the story also has it that it's not all the slaves that were sent out. There were some that, you know, were left behind.
Yes.
So these people who were left behind wouldn't be able to come back to the north.
Definitely.
So they will settle over there, marry, give birth to children and all of that. So if they are to trace back their roots, definitely they will be coming back to the northern parts of.
You see, one of the funny thing of it is that the way where you come from does not hide you. Or you may tell me that is not my fault.
Yes.
But the character of or the structure of I am will tell you. Some of them have the knowledge of that. Will tell, Kai, look at this guy. I think they are from this side. They are from Wa, or he's from the southern side, or he's an Ashanti. Or the face of the person also determine where he comes from. But when you look at the African Americans, no one will tell you that these people are really coming from the.
Because it cannot hide.
It doesn't hide in their
people are.
I have a whole lot of views on the channel soon. So you remember I went to us, so we did a whole lot of videos. Went to some of the places that people fought with, you know, slave raiders and all of those things. So I mean,
in
Prince Amdan, in Yendi too. So the channel is Prince Amdan. Make sure you subscribe. A lot of content will be coming out soon. Now let's not waste much time. Let's talk about your upcoming event for the year. Where are we going? I'm supposed to be part of.
In fact, you have to. So this particular year, in fact, this month, on the 25th, on the 25th of this month, we are traveling to 3 regions. We are traveling to the Volta region, Eastern region, and Greater Accra region.
Wow.
Yes. And this particular year tour, the theme is Sokam Tour. Okay. Just that's the theme for this year particular tour. It's called Sokam Tour. And one interesting thing is that we are not using the usual route, Kumasi Accra route.
Oh, okay.
We are going to use the Eastern Corridor.
Oh, wow.
Okay. If possible, we use the. We are going to.
Is that road ready?
Yes, the Pantu. We can use the Pantu.
So
that's the ferry. Yes, we use the ferry. It's also an attraction. Okay, when you use the ferry to cross, it's also an attraction. It
adds up to the experience.
Yes. So we get to the Volta region, and we'll be lodging at Eastern region.
Okay.
Yeah. Then the next day we'll move to the Greater Accra region.
Okay.
That's just a summary
of
it. Yeah.
What are some of the activities that are going to be happening in these regions?
Okay. Specifically, we'll be in the Volta region. We'll be looking at the Woolly Waterfalls and Mantuna Fajatu, the highest mountain in Ghana. It's actually 888 kilometers tall. So we have to climb just to experience it. From there we'll move to Woolly Waterfalls. That's also the highest falls in Ghana. Yeah, Woolly Waterfall is the highest falls in Ghana. So from the hiking through the mountain and coming to the waterfalls to relax from there.
Wow.
Then we move through the coastal area. What do you call Akosombo Dam? We pass through Akosombo Dam. We also pass through where Rawlings used the plane to cross. I just forget the name. Yeah, Adome Bridge. Great. So we pass through over there to then come to the Eastern region. So in the Eastern region, that's where we are going to lodge. Okay. Actually, we'll be doing 3 nights. The next day, we'll move to what's the name? Aburi Gardens. In Aburi Gardens, it's an eco park where you see a lot of trees. Even they said that when you even get there, Aburi, when you get to Aburi, all your sicknesses are gone. Because the place is a natural place. Okay, all kinds of trees are there, medicinal trees. Even when you breathe in, you get healed. So from there we move to Bonsu Eco Park. Okay, it's also a natural park, wildlife park.
Nature.
Yes, nature that houses a lot of medicinal trees.
In there, you will see some tree that you will be even shocked. That we see that we call I don't know. I hope you know it. Mijungoro.
Yeah.
We call it bitter cola.
Yes.
The tree is being found there.
Wow.
So there you will know the history of it.
Wow.
And there's a waterfall, I think some kilometers called Tini Waterfall.
It's called Tini Waterfall. It's also one of the highest, but it is not yet discovered.
You see, that's some of the potentials we are talking. It's also the potential attractions. It's not that well, developed. It's not even discovered. It was last year they went there and discovered that particular place. You see, and a lady, when I put it on our Instagram page, a lady asks, is also a content creator doing tours. He asks that where is that place, and I said, it's in the eastern region, Tini Waterfall. He said, she have not heard of it, so I want to go there one day to also discover it. And subsequent months when I checked, he posted a video on Tini Waterfall. I saw her there, and then he was saying this is a new place and all that. So that's what we are talking about.
Wow, beautiful.
So these are the places that we go in 3 regions. Then we come to Greater Accra region. Greater Accra region, we go to what's the name? I forgot the name.
Akramo, Independence Square, and that of Lavadi Beach.
Yes. So these are the attractions that we'll be visiting. And we have activities like in the beach. We'll do soccer, we'll be playing Ludo, soccer beach, we'll be playing Ludo, dummy, and all that. A lot of, and in the night, we have entertainment. Okay, you have entertainment just to boost, our morale for them.
This one, it be stress reliever.
Yes, so you just,
everybody should try and go.
So you just have to go there.
Because I might be going, so you don't know.
And ease stress. Okay, please, we don't.
And you see, one of the things a lot of people, we should be talking about, aside going to experience the places, is also to renew your energy. When you go to these places, because of the stress you go through, your body becomes rewind, and your brain become fresh, and like everything, you become like.
Let me help you in there. But you see what we just mentioned. We have been facing a lot of that difficulty in this northern sector.
Oh wow!
So that is why we Happy Travel and Tour want to revamp people in the northern sector. Try to tell you that you have to leave the environmental bubbles.
Yes.
I hope if you go, that's tourism term. When I say environmental bubbles, you have to travel away from your home.
You go to a different bubble.
You don't know what bubble is.
I don't know. You have to tell.
Thank you. Bubble is like when you chew chewing gum and you push on the bar, you see it look like a ball. So that means you have to travel away from
you have to let it
burst it and go outside to experience another environment. You see how when you get back home, you say, "Hey, my brother, this thing has been gone far. We are still behind. We have to do this and this." And you see, let me say that I'm not a god, but you see, it also gives you more
long life. And to add to that, this particular tour is actually on a holiday. Okay, it's African Union Day. So I don't see any excuse that I say, because of work, and it's Thursday, and the next Friday is a holiday. So we'll go on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then Sunday we'll come back. So it's actually a holiday African Union Day, 25th May.
So who is qualified to go?
You see, that is why the name is Sokam Tour.
Everybody
you can go with your wives, your family. Even if you are a civil servant, worker,
educated, non-educated,
anybody at all can just go. Like you said, just to go and ease stress, refresh your memory, then come back to work. That is all.
How much are we supposed to pay?
The gents is paying single person as a male is paying 720.
That's the gents.
That's the gents.
Single, okay,
yes.
720.
And female is paying 550.
Hey, why?
I'll explain.
No, why?
I'll explain.
Discrimination.
No,
why?
I'll explain.
Why are people like? Why are people always putting stress on men?
I'll explain.
Why?
Then we have a couple. couple 2 is paying 1250. That's 1,250 Ghana cedis. It's just a difference. Yes.
Okay.
It's just a difference of 20 cedis. Okay.
That's if you are going couple.
Yes, if you are going couple, it's just a difference of 20 cedis.
Let me give you a trick. So if you are 2 people and you want to go, man and woman, you guys should meet each other in chambers and save 20 Ghana cedis. Okay.
And also you ask the question why there's
why you giving women?
You see, we always say that.
I don't give you any.
We always say that ladies first. Okay.
Which ladies first?
So
I don't agree.
Because the reason why we are doing that is because you see, let's say that the economy is hard. Okay, we won't run away from the fact, but let's say you want to send your wife or your lady, okay, and instead of you paying 720 and paying 720 for her, sorry, let me say 720. If we wanted to do 720, definitely you will be paying 720 and be paying 720 for your wife,
okay.
or even your girlfriend. Let's put it that way. How much is that?
No, but that is not.
No, I'm coming. How much is
this
that?
One, the allegation, you have to.
So if you pay
all the bachelors, you have to
720 for yourself and pay 550. How much are you saving?
Okay.
Almost 200 Ghana cedis.
Are you done?
Almost. You are saving almost 200 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
And if you are paying the couple, like you said, those watching out there, they should see each other in chambers and pay the time. That's what is just a difference of 20 Ghana cedis.
What if I don't have a girlfriend?
Then you pay your 720.
And she doesn't have a boyfriend.
She will pay 550.
That's a cheat.
No,
cheat, but
it's actually in actual sense you are supposed to care for the woman. Huh?
What a man can do.
No.
But the man too will say that I am the man of the house.
No. This is when you marry the woman. This one, when you marry her, that one I agree that you can pay 1,200.
Please, you don't have a point.
When you are alone. When I'm a bachelor, she's also doesn't have a boyfriend. We are all supposed to pay equal. But you people shouldn't do that.
Let me come. My brother used to say that.
Stress too much.
My brother used to say that. Look, it's about high time we stop demonstrating poverty.
These are not poverty.
We start demonstrating poverty and just go out there and ease stress, refresh our brain, and come back. You see, the monetary aspect. Look, like my brother was saying, we have to bust our bubbles. Okay.
No, I understand. But
yes.
Let's be fair. Let's be fair when we are doing that.
The price is very.
If you are giving women 520, give single women 520, give single men 520. Because I'm going to lead a demonstration for the Bachelors Association, Stingy Men Association, and we counter this. But guys, I think it's a very cool price. Going to all of these places and as I told you, if you don't have a girlfriend, see somebody who's also going so that you can save some coins. Yeah, I'm not saying you should go and do anything. Just go. Save some money. You can share 10 cedis and use it to buy water.
Yeah, sure.
Amazing. It's been an amazing conversation. So, aside the people paying, is there any other way you raise funds to support some of these trips? Because I know it's not very, lucrative like that.
Yeah.
How do you also raise funds to support?
The funds aspect is just internal within ourselves. Okay, but we're lucky. The last was the name tour we wanted to go. We have a lady called Costa Diva. I think we met with her. She saw us what we were doing. She was impressed, and then she just called in. We went to her, and then we just helped us with some items to take on to the tour, and it was very helpful. Yeah. Besides that, we are just doing it our own in terms of monetary aspect.
Okay.
We gather our resources together.
By yourself.
Yes.
So how do one contact you if the person wants to go? How do I get a ticket, or how do I get in touch with you to get to book my going?
Okay, we have numbers for those who wants to go contact us, like you said, and can I mention the number?
Oh, yeah, yes.
So you can call on 024 851 9445. You can also call my brother number
0247 95 8910.
Okay.
And you can also call 054 255 7310 054 255 7310. This number I'm mentioning is actually our tour organizer. Okay, you can call on this line to get in touch with him. Yes, we also have a Momo number. If maybe you are staying far away, then you want to pay. Yes, some people actually pay from the Upper East region, but they requested for receipt. We have to send it to them, and they were impressed. They were asking, "Can we get receipt?" Because imagine the couple pay 1250, and they pay, "Can I get receipt? I want my receipt." We said, "Don't worry, calm down." Then when we send the receipt, and then they phone in and say, "Oh, we have receipt." I said, "Now are you now cool?" We say, "Okay, I'm cool."
Is it one of the what Happy Travel and Tour do is when we are organizing such trip like this, we make sure that everything go on intact. What you've seen on the flyer
is what you are going to get.
Yes, because we don't want to crowd a lot of attractions that you may go. Maybe let's say that you added, let me see which attraction, Tommy and Femi Monkey Sanctuary in the Volta region. Maybe you add it, and you are able to explore only Willy and the Mountain Afaja, and the person paid simply because of the Tommy Afemi Monkey Sanctuary to go. Maybe the person might have experienced the two, but because you went and experienced the two first, and you couldn't go there. How would the person feel?
So we give you what we can offer.
So we always say these are the places we are going. If you are interested to go in the two, that is all.
But there are some tour agencies that when they will charge you this amount, when you get there they will ask for a top up.
So it's not in our jurisdiction. What you pay is just what you get.
But what makes your agency, unique? What makes you stand out? I mean, there are a lot of other agencies. What makes Happy Travel and Tour unique and different?
So like we're just talking about what you give out is what you give.
You get.
You get. We are not like any other agencies that we will crowd a lot of attractions. We are going even 4 or 5 attractions, and the only thing regions that they may experience only 2, and the person will pay for the other. You have disappointed the person. So, but we in Happy Travel and Tour Agency, when we say we are going to Volta region and we are going to experience only 2 attractions, that is what we are going to get.
So credibility, right?
Yes, credibility.
And another aspect is that Happy Travel and Tour is networking across the country. So when we are saying we are going this, we have someone there who is coming to pick us. Even when we say, "Oh, these people do," someone was there to assist. If we think we cannot go,
we have side guys
who are there to also come and assist to us to do whatever what we ask you to, what we are giving.
Unlike some who go and say that, "Oh, where is the place?" You call someone, then the person will enter the car to take you around, and when you get the person to also call someone to ask that where is this place. It's embarrassing.
So let's do you have some social media handles that people can follow you on?
Yes, the name is just Happy Travel and Tour on Facebook, Instagram, and it's just Happy Travel and Tour Agency.
All right. Do you have any last words to?
Well, I would like to commend, honestly speaking, what you are doing. In fact, North Chart, North. What's the name? North.
This is North.
No, this is North. North Chart. There's one to podcast. Yes. In fact, you are actually trying to bring the northern part of Ghana to a silver spoon. Let me put it that way, so that everybody can see it. Everybody can know what the North is, what the North is capable of, what we are doing, the perception people have about the North. You are exposing it. This is not how it is, and I want to commend you for that. And you are doing all aspects of things, from the market, from the economy aspect to the tourism aspect, a whole lot.
A new channel is coming, Savannah Spicy Recipes, where we cook northern. We show people the northern food
exactly,
and stuff like that.
exactly. And we'll be happy to embrace it, and we'll be happy that it comes to pass.
Yeah.
So I want to commend you and your team for what you are doing.
Thank you very much.
Especially, we are very grateful for the opportunity given to share our ideas about what we also learned about tourism, and what we think that when the civil societies comes together, it will, please let me use this opportunity just to beg the tourism industry, the Ministry of Tourism and Ghana Tourism Authority, please, we need a lot of education. It's very important. There are a lot of attractions, like we mentioned, a lot. We can mention about 30 or 40 attractions even within the north. But what is happening? They are just being left. Please, we need education. There are resources. In fact, look, besides cocoa, gold, and oil, tourism is the 4th largest income generator to our economy. Please, there are a lot of resources. Look, every year, the government push some budget to the ministry. The ministry allocates some monies to all the regions are having tourism centers. All the regions. But we are not seeing any development. So I would like to plead on them to use this channel, to use the opportunity to just touch on the grounds.
Amazing.
Do some education. Okay. Look, we want to understand that some of the attraction belongs to the communities. Fine. Any attraction could belong to a community. So you need to seek help from them, sit with them, talk to them. This is what we want to do. This is how we are coming to do. If there are houses around, you pay compensation. Why is it that they are constructing road and they pay compensation and push down those houses? That's how you do. You equally can do the same thing.
All right. So,
And in addition to what my brother just said, Happy Travel and Tour is bringing the northern sector closer to the southern sector. When I said this, I want Happy to, after this tour, we are putting certain things in measure. For example, we'll go and meet Ghana Tourism Authority, the Minister of Tourism. When we had the opportunity, we'll do our best if we have the opportunity to meet him to see how we can look into the northern sector attraction, as we may mention. I think if he's here or those who here can pass the information to them, there are some people in the northern sector who want to revamp our tourism attractions, and they need help. Everybody can. Your contribution is one, and ours is not just the fund. Your contribution to is one.
Okay.
So we urge each and everybody to also take part in it. We cannot do it on our own without your consent.
And please watch North Chat. Watch This is North.
Okay.
Facebook, YouTube, and all the channels they are handles.
Thank you very much for coming through to throw more light on tourism. Is an area I have interest in, and I think we should do more on. And thanks so much for watching this episode of the North Podcast. See you in the next episode. We out.